These towns ain't big enough for the two of us.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the Wandering Minstrel, or as you might know him, Yoshi P. This is a Towns Commander, which is a type of land. This deck is looking to get at least 5 towns, which allows me to make these elemental tokens. And then I can buff up all my other creatures based on the number of towns I control. So in this deck, I'm playing tons of cards that can get towns, specifically towns into play, or just non-specific lands. Then I have a bunch of cards that are rewarding me for getting lands into play, or getting more lands into play themselves, and a couple just cool high-cost cards, because we've got the mana, so I got to choose between a couple of my favorites. We're also doubling triggers, getting more lands down, buffing all our creatures permanently, drawing cards, and doing other landfall things. This deck is going to also be bringing in lands untapped, which is important because almost every single town comes into play tapped. And though this is a 5-color deck, thanks to this ability, it's actually mostly a teamer deck with the focus in green, because green is what gets us more towns. Reach the Horizon, Omen Path Journey, allowing me to set aside these lands so I can get them into play untapped and then use them for all of the abilities. So let's take Yoshi P into the queue and see if we can seek out Yoshi's Island. Marina Vendrell, a 5-color enchantments commander. This is going to get them a bunch of enchantments in hand and then unlock and relock rooms to be unlocked later. I've got turn 1, Ungaga. We love it. I love it. We can play Wandering Minstrel. It'll probably just, I don't know, get some removal on it. Oh, I got a Llanowar Elf there. Well, that's nice. I'll play that instead. That gives me the possibility of, like, getting the landfall trigger on the Mossborn Hydra here. Or if they kill it, I'll just, like, Ignis. Spelunking, so lands come in untapped. Like that one. And they attack, they surveil. And we're both kind of like value pile commanders, which could be kind of tough. I will play the Mossborn, Xanarkand, and then I'm going to try to go wild on Icetail. Unlike most decks with Icetail, this deck does not run fetch lands. It's just a good way for me to play additional lands and have access for milled lands. Up da beans, triggers on Marina, and a whole bunch of other cards to draw them cards. Stormplane Detainment, yeah, so they were looking for removal for the Hydra, which means I'm probably more likely to go for Minstrel Ignis. Ooh. Nice. Also like Glarb. I don't have the blue because I didn't play that. I got like sidetracked like, oh, Glarb colors. I like Glarb colors. Central Elevator. Is that the room tutor? Yeah, and Promising Stairs wins you the game if you have enough differently named rooms. They got Roaring Furnace that lets them destroy one of my creatures. At least I think so. Number of cards in hand. I guess it could kill Llanowar Elf. Or if I, like, double block this, then they could do it. Here, I'll let you use it on Poo Poo UFO. You want to kill the Poo Poo? You wouldn't kill a Poo Poo, would you? Yeah, the Promising Stairs win, I think, is, like, the most respectable thing a Darina can do. Glarb, what's on top of my deck? Ooh, Awaken the Undead. Can't play that. Ignis, move it around. I'm almost to 5. I'm at 4. Waken the Honored Dead, killing Glarb so I can't play off the top. I'll trade. Actually, I'll just jump block here. I don't really care. Hey. These things are being milled anyway. Speaking of mill, Ice Till. That's not a land. That was. I can flip that over. You have 3 rooms. Is it Marina time? The cards milled were Cryo Shatter, Fear of Infinity. That's actually great to put in the graveyard since it comes back so easily. I think I'll probably eat that. But I really want to flip this and attack with it next turn. Oh, don't worry about this. He just wants to give +5/+5 to all my attackers. Behold, a 2/2! It takes an entire deck being built around it, but it's worth it. Damn, rip. That's okay. Flip it! Yeah! Oh, now I only have 4. That's okay, we can draw one. Crew? Wait, do I not have... Oh, I don't have white mana! Maybe there will be some on top of my deck. Blue mana. We'll see if they do a discard. I don't think they will with Ignis out. Sure, I'll hit starting town. I just assume I have all the colors at all times. Is it a wrong assumption? Yes. But is it the assumption I'm making? Yes. They're unlocking this. This draws them cards. And oh, actually, that's not what they were doing. They were relocking Roaring Furnace to unlock it again. So they could kill Traveling Chocobo. Lecture Hall, they're getting hexproof. I won't be getting white, so I will make this trade. I know, finally. So they could wipe the board of creatures power 3 or greater with this. Alright, let's find some more towns and specifically some white mana. How about this one? Or that one? Or this? Or that? You also make white mana. Technically white mana. can filter for white mana. And I'll put the counter on Balam Garden. Because it's not a creature. It's not a creature until it is a creature. So they can do the, like, lock-unlock thing. In order to kill one more creature. That's what they're doing. So you can deal 3 damage. Who do you kill? Bill? I think Bill is going to be, like, at least viewed as the threat. But now that I can actually use the pump from Wandering Minstrel? I don't know. They have enough mana that they can, like, unlock more rooms. Ooh, Roar of Endless Song. Make 2 elephants and then get thick and kill me. Okay. That's 1 elephant. This can't block. I'm ready. What's up, Glarbo? Everybody in! Finally! White mana! Took me long enough. GG, Marina. Hotchick Emerald Radiant is part of the Speed Brood, and they gotta go fast. Putting things in the graveyard. The more creatures you have in your graveyard, the more bugs you make. And with Hotchick out, when bugs die, you get a +1/+1 counter, and your opponent loses life. They're saying howdy? Hello! I don't have green yet, but... Oh, I don't have green and blue, but I'll get there. I got good Simic cards. That, I guess, makes a bug. I'll just keep playing these tapped lands. Cavern of Souls, naming Insect. Entirely fair. I think I'll drop Omen Path or Ignis here. I don't know, Ignis can eat up graveyards, technically, so I'll drop the Omen Path. The only sort of playable card in my hand? Yeah, why not? Hey, Town Greeter. Great way to mill. Did they find a... Wow, they didn't find a land. They did put some insects in their graveyard, though. Greedy freebooter. It will come in tapped. You're just in time for some Wandering Minstrelling. Yes, you are. Welcome. Bug, 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 bug. Only 2 of those are bugs. Well, 1 dies and makes bugs. It's bug enough. Reducing the number of attackers without, I guess actually I could have hit Virus Beetle, but like, without changing insect numbers too much. Time for a check. Oh, 1 mana off. We're milling, we're milling, we're milling. Yeah, my deck has mostly green lands, so it's unfortunate that I'm not hitting them there. There's another blue source at least. Behold, a 2/2. And let's gain a whole bunch of life off Authority of the Consuls. I can make a bunch of blockers with that. This makes 1 big thing. This is card draw. This is just like one of the big nasties. I think I'll hit Social Engineering. Grab this forest back. Mossborn Hydra. Forest. Or a Boroid. Good chunk. Also, they have very good sleeves for this. With this little speed brood Spider-Man doing a little flippy dip. Final Vengeance, taking out Mossborn Hydra. Revenge. Also killing Ouroboros, very well deserved. If I kill one of these, I'll still lose a life, and this will get bigger. I'm gonna kill Infestation Sage. That gives them an insect. You love insects. I gained a life, yay! Okay, Wandering Minstrel. Tatiova. Doesn't really matter just coming in and tapped, but I still want it too. Just green. We get a blocker here. Pass the turn. Twitching Doll, a spider. You don't count for this, but you're still a pretty good card. Spider toy. Makes more spiders. Thank you, Tatiova. I'll play Saz's Chocobo. And pass the turn. I have the ability to make a food by eating up something from their graveyard. I have the ability to transform this, and I have the ability to buff creatures. Actually, I might be 1 mana short on that. Oh no, I have enough. So let's do some of these abilities. I'll eat Ice Till, since it is both an insect, it's graveyard related. And if they have a way to bring it back, I want to say no you don't. I will transform Balam Garden, Seed Academy. It reduces the number of towns, and then I'm going to eat the food. Food. I love food. Town Hall, Townfall. This thing can't buff itself, so I'll actually put the Wandering Minstrel into the Balam Garden. And swing. We draw. We love value here. At least I do. A creature dying means Achik will grow, because that was an insect. A bug, a bug, 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 a bug, bug, bug. Bug, a bug, 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 a bug, a bug, bug, bug. I don't believe there's a spot for me to do much on Head Shredder, because I could hit a land. It did mill a land. I can technically exile it, just to cut them off from getting a land. I think I'd rather just not lose a token while blocking. Gonna activate Wandering Minstrel and block with some elementals. Nice. Ooh, Bahamut! I don't really want to kill Achik. I can kill Twitching Doll. And then I should have, like, lethal in the air next turn. We draw. Maelstrom Pulse to destroy those will be funny. It will also deal damage to me. Do the spiders have reach? They do. Which is why I'm gonna blast that. Enter tapped because it enters untapped. And we have lethal next turn. Overlord of Bailmerk enters tapped, can bring back a creature, and they do have 6 mana because that's a treasure to work with. What's the biggest, nastiest critter they could grab? The strategy of thing with reach doesn't quite work because it'll enter tapped. Ooh, nice Herc Burster. Hushbisker. I don't know. I'll destroy Overlord of the Bailmerk. Play land. Tap. Activate. Double check. Yep, that's lethal. And swing in the air. Nice. Pylo value is a great way to win. GG. Shiko, Paragon of the Way. I only have blue mana in this hand, so I'm going to have to throw this back. And this is much better color-wise. I've got green, I've got blue, I've got Bill, I've got you, I've got Glarbo. We'll make it work. This is my one colorless land, but it gains me life and it's a town, so it's worth it. Yay. So I'll name green on this. Turn 2, I'm probably playing Bristly Bill, because I can't play this until the turn after, and I'd like to have it bring things in untapped. That'd be nice. Shiko is actually kind of a combination of different decks. I've seen Shiko as a bit of a blink deck, where you're essentially getting extra enter the battlefield value by recurring the spells from the graveyard. I've also seen it as like a tempo control kind of deck, because this is a nice big flyer, and it's got a good enter the battlefield ability. Hello, 1 billion bills, please. Bill's gonna just be a threat while we work on assembling our township. Ow, that's really good fixing on early turns for them. See if this gets countered. I guess I am just land. I'm gonna buff this and swing with you. Oh my god, it's Lightning Helix. Damn, rip. Okay. This is not a threat right now. So that's at least good for me. Ooh, I could travel the overworld for 4 mana next turn. That's kind of nice. So Rediscover the Way is mana, it's card advantage, big double strike. I don't think that I'd need to hit that with Awaken the Honored Dead. I could play this again. I'm just going to reach the horizon, grabbing 2 more towns to get myself more colors. Let's get some red because we have Glarbo and another black. How about black-white for the Awaken the Honored Dead? Bill, grow. Pew, pew. And now my Travel the Overworld is only 2 mana. Much better. Just in case I want to have my 5 colors ready for activating the Wandering Minstrel. Not that I have many creatures. Spirebluff Canal comes in tapped. It's like not quite an Ancestral Recall. It's an Ancestral 4 call. I almost said 3 call and I'm like, oh wait, it draws 4. 2 mana draw 4 is nice though. I'll take it. I will... I don't need more stuff in hand yet. Bonnie! See if this resolves. I feel like this might get bonked back into my hand. Right now, it seems like they're not going to have creatures to give double strike to. No more lies! Ain't that the truth? They countered my Bonnie Paul. She's exiled because I couldn't pay the 3. But Bill is still a threat, just swinging in for tons of damage. Oh, nice. A Wandering Minstrel, by the way. I do have 5 towns, so it will start making tokens. Wandering Minstrel. This comes in untapped. It's a sorcery speed, so I'll do it now. Swinging in for 6. And then I'll play Authority of the Consuls. I put that in there because haste is scary. You're told by a reputable authority that it's not a landfall deck. It has landfall in it. But the commander's not enabling landfall. It's just like, it's a 5-color lands commander. Oh, okay. Bill on top of the deck. They had a whale of a good time. I'm towning off. Yeah. We're gonna be on the top of the town. Hello, this is Yoshi P. Yeah, also, like, landfall's good. Untapped thinks that this is a draft deck. No, Untapped, this is a standard Brawl deck. I know that not a lot of people play those, but I'm playing them. I'm playing it right now. Woo, they paid 2 life. Shocking. Bill. Larbo. Another town. More. More! And I'll swing for 10. They can flash this out, but it will be tapped. Parting Gust. Okay. I was gifted a fish. Fish. Yeah, that's a good card in both Blink deck, and it's also a pretty nice piece of removal. Hit a creature, turn it into a fish. Or blink your own thing. It's a delayed blink, too, so it can dodge board wipes. That's a board wipe, but that's okay, because I feel I have the ability to rebuild. Even without the bill. Tatiova! A land. All right. I'm gonna pass the turn. Just making sure that was that's an instant speed ability. It is. I have the ability to put a +1/+1 counter on Tatiova. In case of bolts, abrades, or anything like that. Okay, 5 damage. Why doesn't it show it targeting? I don't know. I still want to draw the card, though. So let's grab a town. Like Guadasalam, sure. Yay! Guadasalami. Ooh, Bahamut. Whee! Airship. Oh, wait, it's because they were casting it. And here I thought you were throwing the bite and it was just not showing up for some reason. Well, good news is creature comes in tapped because of this. Tatiova happens. This happens. And that's... Okay, well, that's actually not lethal. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make it work. Good game. Oko, the ringleader. Going to be committing crimes and then turning into copies of cards. I'm having some weird mana on these, but we'll make it work. These will be coming in tapped, and eventually, hopefully, we'll find a green and we can do some of this stuff. Maybe I want a double mulligan. I could. I'll do this. Double mulligan. These are fantastic ramp cards, and I actually feel I can drop one of these lands. I will drop Trano, since my deck is mostly Teamer colors. That's a green, blue, red. So this seems right. And then next turn, if I get a land, one of these. If not, sure, Signet. Or this. Signet it is. Hiya, Oko. Hello, Oko. You are tapping carefully, which makes me feel like you're going to have a counter spell. I'll go for Spelunking. Since I feel this is the thing they're less likely to counter if they do have a counter spell. And it was holding priority there. And kind of like Yoshi P, it's making the things come in untapped. Look, 3 towns already! Nice! This town ain't big enough? Oh, that's why they were tapping carefully. Oh, okay. They bounced the thing that hadn't entered the battlefield, so I can't say I'm that mad about it. I have multiple things here able to play lands off the top of my deck. I will start with Larb. I like Larb. A land! Yay! Ooh, another land. Glarb's cool. They stole Fizzy Lifting Glarb! That means they also get its abilities. Glarb's probably pretty good in their deck. Mossborn Hydra, starting the Landfall Engine. I'm gonna go for Roxanne throwing a rock. Roxanne, she throws a rock. Doubling season. Ooh, so they can Oko right away. Yeah, there's some wild things you can do with that. Ah, the legitimate business Roxanne. Traveling Chocobo. Is there a land on top of my deck? No, there's a River's Rebuke, though. That could be nice. So, is there a weird infinite you can do in Standard Brawl with this? Because I don't think we have Spark Double to do the, you make a copy of the other Oko. But there's probably something wild you can do. Big Kitnet, like, this is why I was like, yeah, the River's Rebuke, it's fine. A little worried about counter spells, but... Wait. Oh, yeah, because it doubles them with the tokens as well. Killing some of the clones. Ah, it's just a couple otters. 24 stun counters. Alright, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Mossborn Hydra. Because I think they have a counter spell. Alright, well, I'm going for it. River's Rebuke. If they stop it, they're probably in trouble. No, they couldn't. Great. All that stuff goes back into their hand. My stuff goes back into my hand. Would you like to put my Hydra in witness protection? Oh no, they made him bigger. Doubling season again. So I don't really have ways to stop the doubling season. They'll have fewer things that they can take off that. You will make me tokens. If I play you first, I get 2 more mana off that. Boop. Bird. Chicken. Ooh, dang. Don't have white mana. Am I worried about the exceptional number of otters again? Yes, yes, I am. Do I have a way to stop it? I have some cards with trample. So these guys are all going in witness protection. Oh my god, they're all named legitimate business person! That's so funny that they died to the legend rule. Guys, there were too many legendary witnesses. My business too legitmas? Lucky Khajiit, thank you for the 82-month resub, and of course, the puns. That was the sound of otters growing. Enter tapped, because they actually enter untapped. Authority. This thing. Chillin'. Yeah, this is just doubling season doing doubling season stuff. Oh no! That should be lethal. Good game. Oh, code. They targeted me. That's committing a crime. Do you want to become an otter? I guess he's just too buff. Chi-Chi. Laughing Jasper Flint. Going to be doing some crime. Exiling cards off the top of my deck, playing them, and if they steal any creatures from me, those creatures are going to actually become mercenaries, making them Warm P, part of the outlaw gang, so they will cause more crime. I do love me some crime. Timeline color. That's a warlock. That's also an outlaw. That's not a town, but it does let me play my commander. See if they just kill it. I mean, it's not actually doing anything really here. Yeah, it's removal bait. It would be nice to have, though. Ooh, I could play either of these to get to Awaken the Honored Dead next turn. I don't know if they'll just play Laughing Jasper Flint. Rakish Crew. Going to make them a mercenary and drain my life when outlaws die. Glarb lets me play lands off the top, so I'm gonna hop to it. Let's see what we got. It is a land on the top of the deck. Nice! Also, Death Touching. I'll be able to see what's on top of the deck, too, for a little bit of, like, I don't know, proactive flint prevention. Bitter Triumph. They're paying 3 life to destroy Glarb. Whenever another outlaw enters, this pings me. Love to see the outlaw synergy here. My opponent's truly an outlaw star. I want to save that, I think. And I'll just go for double ramp this turn. Or just ramp this turn. I'll reach the horizon. Grabbing 2 more towns. I'll get one of them and... Rabinasta. Five mana now. A timeline color. I'll get hit. And Laughing Jasper Flint. They're dealing damage. These all have haste or have already come out. They're swinging in, they're hitting. I kind of want to wait for them to steal to use the Rebuke. But I also like, just like doing some landfall stuff this turn. Bristly Bill. I'm double checking something here. He just comes in untapped. Just preventing some attackers with some nice sturdy blockers. And they steal Social Engineering, Spelunking, and Arcane Signet. Please play a bunch of those so I can put them back into my hand. It's like card advantage for me! Mm-hmm. Got 4 left. You care to spelunk? I might even have lethal off like Bonnie Cow and Bristly Bill. Tapped land, alright. Phyrexian Arena. Put this back in my hand. Play a land. Possibly get another land. And maybe win the game. GG. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. Lumra's going to be doing some self-milling and then bringing all the lands back from the graveyard. I've got my colors here. I've got some ramp here. And I think this is a nice enough hand. I'll keep it. Playing Guadasalam. Far Plane Getaway. That's Final Fantasy X. I know that much. Wandering Minstrel. He's in play. Yeah, my cat is just sitting here eating grass. Sure is ramp? Oh no, they had too many lands in hand. I guess that's not a problem really for them though. I don't have any white among these, so I guess I'll choose white. And then I could Overlord, or I could Mossborn, or I could Clifftop. I'm gonna get the Mossborn out. Mono Green's probably not that good at killing it. And it's the exact same kind of threat that they're probably playing in their deck because they're a lands deck. Just like me. But more green and more sacrifice and self-mill and fetch. I'm not running any fetch lands because that's not what we do here. I don't know what we're doing, but it's just not that. I will start with... Frog Champ. Island. Okay. Swing in with both of these. Okay, yes, I'm giving you the grass, honey. You want the grass? Come over here. Like, Miss Scraps looks behind me. Like, how's the game going? Yeah, she doesn't know what magic is. She doesn't know anything. Ooh, Vivian can destroy flyers, can destroy artifacts, can destroy enchantments, and can find you more creatures and lands. Also gives like a huge overrun effect on her ult. Aw, yes, you're so sweet putting your tail in my face, girl. Oh, I should have done the other one so I could get another lands thing off that. Yeah, I missed out on a landfall there. I'm gonna blame the cat. See, I'm blaming you, Scraps. Still won, though. GG. Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Hey, I built this deck earlier today. I didn't run into anybody else playing it, so I wonder if this is somebody playing my brew. Is this a standard Brawl deck? Yes. Yes, it is. You can tell by all the towns. You can have a pretty good density of towns in this deck because there's only 60 cards. So Gilgamesh is going to be cheating in equipment, equipping some of them for free, and then, well, usually attacking in and doing it again. There's a couple other equipment synergies you can play, but for the most part, well, they're just gonna be ramping and then hitting me hard. Oh, it's definitely not my brew. I know because there's a Blitzball. Me, no Blitzball. Chat tried to get me to put a Blitzball in the deck. Didn't do it. These were both good choices. I'm gonna go with Ignis. Door. I'm gonna go Rabanaster. Boop. Sword of Vengeance. That's a haste enabler. Me, yeah. Known Blitzball hater. Know what you hate. Know what you like. Do have another land in the graveyard. Play it. We mill. Play this. We mill. Nice Blom Garden. Attack with Ignis. Town Greeter, you might be my blocker of choice here. Because they could bring out Gilgamesh this turn. And I don't know what equipment they'll get to equip for free, but we'll see. Here's Gilgamesh. From the top 6 cards, they found Aether Spark and Lava Spur Boots. That means they will get to trigger again, and they can also equip this. Fire Shrieker, so that's double strike. Yeah, this is a separate Gilgamesh deck. I'm glad somebody else is playing Gilgamesh, though. They'll be able to give it trample next turn, which is a problem. Do I have a way to deal with it? No, I don't think I do. Yeah, it's like I can draw and look. I can do some ramping. I can play some bigger boys. Let's see. I can make like 2 chump blockers, but that's not enough with the big double strike. Boop. Sword of Vengeance also trample, but this one's right here too. This one's cool because it's also vigilance. We'll see if they have lethal on their swing. They also can make a ton of mana off of Aether Spark if they have other abilities or cards they want to use. 10 mana of any color? What's that for? Watch it be for like Yeah, ultimate weapon. Sweet. That's +7, +7. Hold up. Is it showing first strike but not the double strike? Arena, the double strike is more important than the first strike. And it also has Death Touch and Lifelink. We love text here. No block I can do will save me. And we die! To Gilgamesh. GG, old Greg. Ketramos, the New Dawn. Ketramos is going to be very tricky for us because it's going to be repeatedly taking away our permanents, exiling them either from play from the battlefield, oftentimes with board wipes, which is hard for me to deal with, even though my deck has a lot of like value pieces to it. Their commander also generates value. Okay, creature artifact is going to get exiled from my hand. I think it's going to be Bristly Bill. Okay, I couldn't play that card, but sure. Maybe they had like a better piece of removal for Bill here. A nice little kill spell. Cynical Loner tutors cards into their graveyard. Interesting. There's a couple cards that can exile themselves from the graveyard, which is good for Ketramos. It didn't attack in, though. Alright, Frog. Yeah, you can use Warp, you can use Blink as well. I'd say typically that's not what they're doing, though. Also, it becomes like an indestructible life linker. I'll swing for 5. I'll put it all on Bill. Mostly so he could survive blocking with the Loner. Yeah, I can become a dude forever. They're swinging with Cynical Loner. I'll go to block. Sure, now there's creatures in graveyards. Trapped in the screen, Bristly Bill goes to exile, which gets them a card drawn and a life lost. Hey, Halia. An artifact? No, it's an enchantment. Yeah, the warp does trigger there. And look, they even gain the life. Awaken the Honored Dead. I could free Bill. Or I could just play Bonnie. I'll play Bonnie. Set up for a nice attack there. It uses up my mana a bit better. Because I would need to pay 2 for the ward. Day of Judgment. Yeah, Indestructible Commander means they wipe the board a lot. I'll draw. Lots of cards here. Saz's Chocobo. He's just a little guy. Until he isn't. Hello, yes, 1 Chocobo, please. Perhaps 2 Chocobos, please. Soul Search! They can take a card out of my hand. This is removal. They chose the removal! And Battle Cruiser, I think, also does something on discard? Yeah. Alright, Wandering Minstrel. Reach the Horizon. Balam, and I should probably grab one with white. Rabanaster. Traveling Chocobo. Not a land on top, darn. Could have gone for Wanderings. But at least I got another little guy, and they already used one of their board wipes. Shadowy Backstreet. It's back. All right. They put that in the grave. It's just a land. They don't want lands at this point. I don't know if they'll be drawing again this turn. Halia. They can attack with that, which makes me discard. Yeah. Discard and lose up to 6 life. Ooh, no more blinks here. Well, that's good. Ah, Duskro's Reliquary. Okay, so they're going to exile Saz's Chocobo. This is the landfall target they know about in play. They know about the one in my hand, too, though. Glarbo? I'm discarding Wanderings because this gets me a land and does more than that. It's going to be double triggering, too, with the Traveling Chocobo. All right, they drew a card. That's fine. We're doing this thing. Wonder if I had enough off of just activating. Probably not, because I only had 2 attackers, and they wouldn't have had trample. All right, still not a land on top under that. That's too bad. Yeah, he doesn't buff himself. When this attacks in, I will be losing life. But that's okay. Yeah, there's like 2 moves I could do here. There's the I think they have a board wipe and the I don't. So they're playing Elspeth, which is not going to get them there. It doesn't exile things. And next turn, I think I'll have enough for lethal. Did I have fun? I guess so. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I wanted to build this as a deck, but I knew that it wouldn't really work in Historic Brawl, in part because there's too many cards in the deck and not enough towns. But in Historic Brawl, that's 100 cards. In Standard Brawl, we only have 60. It's perfect. Wandering Minstrel out here letting me play all the towns that fit my colors, and some that have no colors, and some that have all the colors, so I have an excuse to play with this card. I think it turned out pretty well, and I think that there's a lot of flexibility in the deck outside of the town-related cards to put in other good stuff. Like, you don't need to put Death Begets Life and Bahamut in here. I just did that because I think they're fun. Some of the cards I felt that really overperformed in this deck were like Gladiolus, Glarbo, and the River's Rebuke also saved my hiney quite a few times. Wandering Minstrel, though, very cool card with a very underserved archetype because it only exists in one set. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you're wondering, Amy, why Standard Brawl? Well, it's because you don't get strip mined in Standard Brawl. So we actually have a chance to, like, play our decks. It's kind of nice. There's some good back and forth in the format, and while the cards overall aren't as interesting, it's also slower and still a place where I can play some of the commanders that I otherwise wouldn't be able to in Historic Brawl because they're a little too slow, or like Wandering Minstrel. Their abilities just don't really work with the amount of cards we have. If we had a few dozen more towns, sure, that would be great. But you want to make sure almost every single land you play is a town, or every card you're able to fetch is a town. Primeval Titan, sure, it can get you there, but that's also just one card in the deck. So this is the perfect place for me to try it. Also, if you are watching this, there's a chance that I am currently doing a subathon over on Twitch. It starts on September 2nd. Hopefully it will be going for at least a few days. So that's twitch.tv/Amazonian. If you want to stop by and watch me stream nonstop for hours upon hours upon hours, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, hopefully even further than that, I'll be celebrating my 7 years of being partnered with Twitch. That means like 7 years until I kind of hit a major goal with being a content creator, and also 6 years of being a full-time content creator. I'm so happy I'm able to do what I do, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you. So if you want to stop by, support the stream, there will also be lots of cool giveaways, especially of Magic products. So if you hop on by, you'll be able to figure out how to enter into those once the 2nd happens, September 2nd. I know dates. I don't know what date this is coming out on. The 3rd, the 4th, who knows? Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.